Good evening, everybody. This is obviously a just unthinkable situation. For us to be standing here and watching this, what's going on behind all of you, is just unthinkable. I was advised this afternoon at about 3:30 that a fire had begun on the Seaside Park section of the Boardwalk, and that it was beginning to spread. Obviously, due to the winds, which are gusting at 30 to 40 miles an hour, it began to spread. At that point, I was with Commissioner Constable, among others. He immediately contacted the State Fire Marshal, Bill Kramer, and we began to work with the locals here to deploy resources. So right now we have firefighters and trucks from all around New Jersey here working together. Currently, Seaside Park and Seaside Heights has support from towns in Ocean County, Monmouth County, Burlington, Cape May, Union, Mercer, Atlantic, the New Jersey State Police, and the State Forest Firefighters. Preliminary numbers in terms of the support, and I'll caution these are preliminary, so we'll update them later. 35 engine companies, 15 ladder companies, any number of special services units, and on the scene now we have approximately 400 firefighters. The State Division of Fire Safety is working with the local incident commander to supply whatever fire service resources are needed. When I arrived on the scene, I met with the local incident commander, the state fire marshal, and other support personnel from Seaside Park and Seaside Heights, assured them that whatever resources would be necessary, that we would provide them, and I would stay on the scene to make sure that was done. Bottom line is everybody is working together. The current fire line goes from Stockton to Lincoln along the Boardwalk. Fire personnel have dug up the Boardwalk at Lincoln Avenue and dug a 20-foot trench. That's where firefighters are making their stand right now to stop the spread any further north on the Boardwalk. Right now, we believe that we're finding some success, but we have a ways to go yet to make sure that we don't see it spread further north. At this point in time, the damage is almost completely on the Boardwalk, impacting about 20 or so businesses on the Boardwalk that span about a 6-block length. Early today, there were some embers that hit a condominium complex, but that fire was put out with minimal damage to the complex. There have been several minor injuries to firefighters, mostly heat exhaustion and smoke inhalation. Those folks are being treated as we speak. Now, there also have been some challenges with water supply because of damage to the system post-Sandy. And so in order to work around this, we are drawing lines from Barnegat Bay. So much of the water that you see fighting the fires right now is being drawn directly from the Barnegat Bay. Lines are being run from the bay all the way here to the Boardwalk. For all the people in the public out there, folks who are well-intentioned, whether they're property owners in this area who are second homeowners and outside the area, whether you're just folks who love the shore and want to make sure that everything is okay here, my advice to you, in fact, my admonition to you is do not come here. Do not travel, stay away. We are still trying to bring more fire equipment in here. This is going to be something that's going to be going on for quite some time. And we need to have easy access to this area of the Boardwalk. Anyone who comes down to this area, whether it's by car or on foot, runs the risk of impeding our ability to be able to fight this fire most efficiently. So please, I'd say to anybody, I understand your concern, I understand your curiosity, but please do not come here until you hear through the media that it's all clear to return to this area. I want to thank both mayors who have been right on top of the situation. Police Chief Boyd from Seaside Heights, who was an enormous help as this fire started to spread. and is continuing now with his men, as are the folks in Seaside Park Police Department as well. We have a lot of work still to do here, and we're hoping that the trench and the stand that we're making on Lincoln Avenue will stop the fire there and keep it contained from there south on the boardwalk. I could take a few questions. Mark? Well, the whole thing is, yeah, no. As you head north, it's new boardwalk, and where we dug the trench is new. That's new boardwalk. Yes, sir.
Governor, do you have a perspective about how this fight started?
We're not going to speculate on the cause or anything at this point. Our focus right now is on getting that fire behind you out. The state fire marshal is here. Ocean County Prosecutor Coronado is here. His folks are on the ground along with the state fire marshal. We will deal with the cause of the fire at the appropriate time, but right now we're not going to take any questions on speculation on cause, because all it would be speculation.
Governor, you've been talking to business owners and homeowners over the last 11 months. How discouraging is it to see this?
Listen, I said when I got my first full briefing before I left Trenton to come here, I said to my staff, I feel like I want to throw up. And that's me. After all the effort and time and resources that we've put in to help the folks in Seaside Park and Seaside Heights rebuild, to see this going on, as I said at the top, it's just unthinkable. So I know how I'm feeling. I can only imagine how the residents and business owners in this area are feeling. My heart goes out to them. That's why I'm here, to make sure that every resource is brought to bear to contain this problem. And listen, this is us. So we'll, as soon as this is over, we'll pick ourselves up, we'll dust ourselves off, and we'll get back to work.
Governor, would you say that this fire is under control, and do you have a percentage of how much of it is contained?
No, no, we're not yet to the point where we can say that. We're hopeful that the line we've drawn at Lincoln Avenue will be where the fire stops and it doesn't spread any further north. Remember, too, that probably in 30 to 40 minutes, we're going to have a major front moving through here with significant rain and a shift of winds. Both of those things should help us as well. But I can't say at this point that we're contained, no. Yes, sir. 30-mile-an-hour winds will do that for you. 30-mile-an-hour winds coming from the south, heading north, will do that for you. And that's really, as I was driving in from Route 37, well before the bridge onto the Barrier Island, you could see the smoke moving rapidly north, rapidly. And that just tells you how brisk these winds are. And that's what's spreading the fire. And we're hoping through the digging of the trench there and the fighting the fire at Lincoln Avenue that we're going to be able to contain it there. Also, with the front coming through, that will change the winds as well, which I think will be a help. Well, listen, there's the things in... Nah, listen, the boardwalk's made of wood, so, wood burns. But, listen, these restaurants have in them what they have in them. But really, the best information we have at the moment is the biggest reason for the spread is the wind. The wind is the worst possible it could be. Pardon me?
Rebuilding of the area.
Are you from the press? You're not from the press, no. I understand that. I'm too... Marianne? No, I've been on the ground, Marion. Listen, what I saw first of all were dozens and dozens of firefighters working like crazy to exhaustion to try to contain this fire. And what you see is what you see right behind us right now. I mean, fire, buildings completely in flame. Right now, the further north you get, I was on the boardwalk, further north past Lincoln Avenue, and what I had on the boardwalk was no fire. Lots of billowing smoke coming from the south to the north, but no fire having spread north of Lincoln Avenue. And I was on the boardwalk and was able to see that for myself. So we're going to continue to try to make sure that we hold that line at Lincoln Avenue so that it stops there. But leave no doubt, the destruction south of Lincoln Avenue is complete. It's complete.
No, and we're not even going to speculate on that just right now. What we're doing right now is just going to try and contain the fire, which is what we're doing, and we'll go further on that.
No,
can't
no,
make speculation.
there's no gas explosions going on, Mark. I mean, you believe me. If the excuse me, I'm still answering his question. If the gas lines were exploding, we'd all be out of here. Okay, so let's not get that in the water out there. There's none of that going on right now. Yes, sir.
Can you talk about just what you all had to do on top of pulling some of your firefighters back?
Well, like the.
Can you go to the mic, Chief? To the mic, please.
Oh, hold on.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Good.
Due to the winds, like the governor stated, he's right on course. He's right on the money. When you have winds like this, you have roofs that have tar in it. Tar roofs are made with petroleum byproducts. So what you got is when you have a wind of this magnitude coming across, it will make it burn faster than normal. So the governor was right on point. The wind is one of the major problems that we have here.
Did this fire go under the boardwalk at all and then pop back up?
We didn't get that close to it, but if I did, I'd let you know.
Yep.
The governor mentioned damage to the water supply lines. Can you go into a little bit more detail?
We're not going to listen.
Can't go into
The fact of the matter is we've worked around it. There were damages to the water supply here that everybody's aware of, and what we've done is worked from the bay and pumped the water from the bay, so we don't have a shortage of water. But we had to work around it, and that's what these guys do. The firefighters, the state fire marshal, the folks on the ground are trained and prepared to deal with every contingency. They've dealt with that contingency, and that's how we're able to be fighting this as aggressively as we are and as successfully as we are up north with the supply of water that we have. So listen, any other questions are really going to just lead me to try to speculate, and I'm not going to do that. So I don't want to frustrate you, and God knows I don't want to be frustrated. So we're going to end it now. I'm going to stay on the scene for the foreseeable future. As we get more information that's relevant to all of you, my office will send out information. If we're going to have another press advisory tonight, we will let you all know that. But for now, you've gotten all the information that we have. And so I'm going to get back to letting everybody here, including myself, do our jobs. Appreciate you being out here. We'll keep you informed. And as soon as we have more to say, if we do have more to say that's new or different, I'll come back behind the microphones with this group and we'll do it again. Otherwise, we'll continue to push things out to you via email and that communication to let you know what's going on. Thank you all very much.